Hey, it's McKinley, and today I'm going to be breaking down my top 10 favorite music artists. We're going to start at number 10 with Wallows. Now, Wallows is a band of 3 guys, and I don't really listen to them at all anymore, but during quarantine, they were my favorite artists and the artists that I discovered. So even though I don't listen to them now, they still made it on the list just because there was such a big point in my life where I listened to them, and in the time that I listened to them were like a lot of major events like quarantine and a lot of memories with friends and when I met my boyfriend. So yeah. And then number 9 is going to be the band Surf Curse. Now, I don't know much about their background, but I do know that all their songs are very upbeat and have such like a summer vibe to them. They've always been something I listen to in the summer, especially at night, like just driving with my windows down. Surf Curse is always going to be a go-to. And number 8, we have Still Woozy. Still Woozy, it's one guy, and it started as music I skate to. I just searched up like skate vibes playlist and was listening to it, and I was like, oh, I really like this guy. And then I started listening to him all the time, and he had a new album come out, and it just made me listen to him more and more. So yeah, I really like his music. It has a lot of interesting sounds, and I don't think his songs all have the same vibe, but I think they all bring something a little different. Number 7 is going to be Childish Gambino. I'm not a big rap person. I don't listen to a lot of rap, but recently this year I got into Childish Gambino's Camp album. That is so good. Like, I don't know, Lila told me to listen to it. She's like, you need to get into Childish. Like, he is just so good. And so I started listening to him, and it really, I feel like it kind of changed the way I look at rap music, and I just really like it. So that is why he is on my list. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, and at number 6, we're going to have the band Hers. If you don't know about Hers, it was a band that all the members actually died in a car accident, which is so sad, and I didn't know that when I started listening to them. But the reason I was so intrigued by them is that I heard them on a playlist, and it sounded like something straight out of like the 80s. And for me, I love the sound of older music, especially when it's new. And I was like so excited. I was like, oh, I found this new band and they're going to release new music that sounds old. But then I found out they all died, which is really sad, but I really treasure the songs that they made. We're halfway through now, and number 5 is definitely going to be Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson isn't someone I listen to all the time. He's definitely like for certain times of my life. I listen to him a lot in the summer because that is definitely the vibe he gives. He's very beachy, very relaxed, and his music never fails to put a smile on my face. And he has a new album coming out, and I've never been so excited. Like, he released a single from it, and it is just so good. Like, a lot of his music is similar in the way the instruments sound and the way his voice sounds, but this, like, it is just a little more interesting to my ears, and so I'm really excited to see what the rest of the album holds. Number 4, we have Lizzy McAlpine. This is one of my friend Lila's favorite artists, and she definitely got me into listening to Lizzy McAlpine. I love her voice, and I'm not a person who likes slow music. I sometimes despise slow music, but Lizzy McAlpine is someone I can stand slow music for. I love her lyrics. I love the things she writes about, and she also just released a new album, and it is so good. She really amped up her music in this album. She had a lot of upbeat songs as well, which I really loved from her, and just her tone of voice was different in some of her songs. Like, she was giving different sounds than she usually does, and that is really cool to me. And now we're down to our final 3. Number 3 is gonna be the Beatles. I am such a Beatles lover. I don't really like the Beatles individually. I like Paul McCartney, that's about it, but their music as a group, I'm such a fan. When I was younger, my family got Beatles Rock Band. So it was like regular rock band game, but all Beatles songs. So I became familiar with all the Beatles top hits, and I can sing every word of every Beatles song at this point. Like, I could from the age of 8 to now, and so they will always just hold a special place in my heart just since they were a big part of my childhood, I think. And now for number 2, we're going to have Greta Van Fleet. I just discovered them over the summer. Oh my gosh, they have changed the way I look at music. They're another band that makes new music, but it sounds old. And like, I don't know why I've never thought of that concept, but it is just so cool to me. And it's a band of 4 guys. 3 of them are brothers, but they're all from Frankenmuth, Michigan, which, like, we're from Michigan, so that's so cool. And I just love every single bit of their music. It is so good. People compare them to Led Zeppelin. I'm not a Led Zeppelin listener. Some people despise them for that, but I think that makes them really cool. I love them so much to the point that I actually got my first tattoo for them. I'm going to stand up on this stool and show you it. I think that's the best way that I can. And you might be thinking, oh, it's just a circle. Like, how does that tie into Greta Van Fleet? Well, on their newest album, every single one of their songs has a symbol associated with it. So I got the symbol for my favorite song, which is Light My Love. And yeah, I was supposed to see them in concert, but it got canceled. So I get to see them in September, and I am so excited. And now this brings us to artist number 1. You'll probably never expect who it is if you don't know my music taste. But number 1 has got to be Rex Orange County. I love Rex Orange County. I've seen him in concert once. I just got tickets to see him again. I love his music. He has 4 albums, and they just keep getting better. I love all his music, and I feel like in every single album he does something differently, and he's always trying to find new sounds. And one thing that he does is he has orchestra instruments in a lot of his music, which I just love the sound of it, and I love his upbeat music. It just hits. Oh, I could talk about Rex Orange County for forever. His album, Apricot Princess, is my absolute favorite. His next album after that, Pony, was really great. I saw his concert after he released that, and a lot of those songs hold a special place in my heart. And now his newest album is pretty good. It's not my favorite, but I still love him, and I love that he's putting out new stuff with new sounds. So yeah, that is my top 10 artists, and I hope you enjoyed listening.